Hello and welcome to today's edition of the Danielle Daily Show. I am your host, Danielle Watson. Today we are talking about how your challenges inspire others. This is the second edition of the show where we have the new orientation of the camera. So before, Facebook Live always had a little square, and now we have a full screen rectangle. So I'm trying out having things in landscape view instead of profile view today. So let me know how that's working for you. Let me know how you like it. I know for me it's a little bit challenging to remember to look to the side for the camera, so I apologize if I haven't quite trained myself where to look just yet. But I'm really excited to talk about this idea of how our challenges inspire others today. I think this is such an important piece of connecting with other people authentically. It looks like Elena just left me some hearts there. I think that's her little profile picture. If you're here, let me know you're here by just typing hello into the comments. Like I said, I'm getting used to the new orientation of the camera and the set here, and also the comments are going to be in a little bit different section. So I'll be interested to see how that shows up on my screen. You know, every time Facebook does something new, there is a whole new learning curve, and I'm always learning on my feet, which is really exciting and interesting as well. You know, for me, I really like to do things right, and so it's a little uncomfortable to have to learn on my feet while you guys are watching. But, you know, we do the best we can, and I hope that my willingness to just go with the flow really helps you guys realize that, you know, hey, any of us can just figure it out as we go along, and that it will be okay. We don't have to do everything perfectly all the time to do it really well. Elena says, Lacey and I are here. Awesome. Thank you for leaving me my first comment in this landscape view. I can see that the comments come up at the bottom and are scrolling, and I can still see the full screen. So that's great. It really helps me. It looks like Tammy made it. First time in a long time. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're talking about how our personal challenges are inspiring to other people. So I know if you've been watching the show lately, I've been talking about this amazing yoga challenge that I did earlier this month. I did 20 practices in just 11 days. So I did 2 practices a day for 5 days. I took 1 day off, and then I did 2 more practices a day for another 5 days. And it was very challenging, but it was exciting to me because I was going for a personal record. Well, what I didn't know until later was that my challenge was actually inspiring other people. The studio manager at the studio where I practice yoga let me know that, hey, there are tons of students and even teachers here who are inspired by the way that you're challenging yourself. So I know sometimes we think about challenge as being things that are super hard or things that are sort of grinding us down or pushing us down or knocking us over. But challenges don't always have to be things like that. Sometimes challenges can be things that we've set as goals for ourselves, as challenges for ourselves, to stretch ourselves and to help us see what we're capable of. So Tammy said my internet has frozen. I'm sorry. If you turn your Wi-Fi off, you can probably continue watching using the data on your phone if that's something that you want to do. And especially if you have unlimited data, that would be the way to go. So I'm curious, what is it that you guys are working on? Are you challenging yourself? Are you feeling challenged enough by life? Where are you at? Eric is making a joke about the kind of error that is. I'm not going to read that out loud. So, challenges. I know that I really like to set challenges for myself. And I know now, after having done this latest one, having completed this yoga challenge, that my challenges are actually inspiring to other people. And it got me thinking about how in my own world, when I see what you guys are doing, those challenges get me inspired. And so I want to encourage you to let people know what you're challenged with. And it doesn't have to be things that are grinding you down, that are grinding you in the ground, that are making you feel like life is too hard. What kinds of things are you challenging yourself with? How are you causing yourself to stretch and grow deliberately? Tammy says switching. Okay, she's switching from her computer to her phone. Awesome. So that should work. So when we challenge ourselves, sometimes we don't want to let people know what we're up to until we've actually have one, basically. We don't want to let people know what we're working on until we have actually achieved what it is that we set out to achieve. But I wanted to put it out there that it's really the process of your journey that inspires people, because within your journey, that is where your humanity gets expressed. And that is the point where other people can connect with you and where people can see themselves in what you're doing. And by sharing that, it opens up a channel through which other people can receive the inspiration they need to receive to do what it is that they want to do with their life. So just because somebody saw me doing a yoga challenge doesn't mean that it inspired them to go do more yoga. It might be that that inspired them to think more about what they could do with their time if they decided to do it. Eric says, this may be long-winded. The idea of challenges, milestones, accomplishments is incredible. You're right. Others benefit, but it's also incredible to feel that accomplishment psychologically, personally. As long as challenge or journey doesn't seem daunting, if you can feel accomplishment on the way. Yes, that's the thing. So a lot of times we set out accomplishments for ourselves that could take a long time to achieve. But there are lots of little mini milestones in the meantime that we can celebrate. And sometimes that celebration needs to be just sticking with it. I know as I was writing my book last year, it was going to take me 365 days to finish that. But in the meantime, there were so many little milestones to celebrate. And that is really what helps us keep going. Tammy Keck says baby steps. Absolutely, yes. You could probably paraphrase everything that I said using just those two words. So baby steps, recognizing the baby steps along the way to your accomplishment. That is such a key in keeping yourself inspired, but also keeping other people inspired. If you report to everyone, hey, I'm going to do this great milestone thing, and then you don't say anything about it until you've actually done it, you miss out on all that excitement that can build for you and that can build for other people by sharing the journey along the way. So in just a second, I'm going to have the note to self for you. I hope that you have something around to write this down. If you are part of my mailing list, I sent out something today asking you to take just 5 minutes to write down something that you have already accomplished. And what I'm going to be doing with the people who subscribe to my newsletter is I'm going to be writing to them for about the next week or so and just keeping that fire burning, that inspiration, that feeling of accomplishment that comes from having done something that we set out to do. And then harnessing that energy, using that energy to help drive us towards our next goal. Because I know at this point in January, this is really when the wind sort of starts going out of our sails on the things that we've set as goals that we want to achieve during this year. So I thought, how great would it be if I just spent like a week helping people get over that hump, that place where they tend to just sort of fall off the wagon or lose their momentum. What if we just spent about a week thinking about what we've already accomplished and then using that energy to keep us pushing forward towards what it is that we want to achieve. So if you are not already a subscriber to my newsletter, I will put the link in the comments after the broadcast. I hope that you'll sign up. It is going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be really focusing on celebrating what it is we've already accomplished and then moving towards what we've set out as goals for ourselves moving forward. So are you ready for today's note to self? Oh, hold on. We have another comment here. Eric says, when you decide to climb a mountain and look at the top, it's a long way. Heck yeah, it is a long way. When you climb a mountain and take a view at every overlook, you enjoy the journey and celebrate it. That is very wise. Very well said. Very well said. Yes, and I love that mental image of taking a view at every overlook. And the journey is really the part that inspires people. Yes, people want to hear what we've accomplished, and yes, we all want the feeling of accomplishment, but it's the journey along the way that really provides the fuel for the fire to keep going, and that really gets other people excited about seeing us actually accomplish whatever it is we're going to accomplish. So I'm curious, what is it that you guys are challenging yourself with, or what is it that life is challenging you with? What are you moving towards? Think about that. That was something that I posed to, that was a question I posed to the people who are on my mailing list. And I want you to think about that. You can leave something in the comments. I can read it later, or if you want to email me directly. If you received that email, just hit reply and let me know. Okay, here is today's note to self. So it says, you ready? Dear self, your challenges provide inspiration for others. And I always sign, love me. Let me read that to you again. It says, dear self, your challenges provide inspiration for others. So I don't know about you, but I love the feeling of providing inspiration for others. And I love the feeling of being inspired. And it just makes me feel so good when I'm inspiring others and I'm feeling inspired. So I challenge you to put it out there, what it is that you're working on, whether you share that with me, whether you share that with your social media community, whether you share it with the person on the couch next to you. Let people know what you're working towards. It lights a fire in the people around you to do more, to stretch themselves, to grow, to be all that they can be. And if that's something that you want to be part of my community with, I will leave the link in the comments where you can sign up for my newsletter so that you can be in on that, all that good energy and getting really in touch with the feeling of awesomeness with what you've already accomplished, and then riding that wave to help it drive you towards what it is you want to do next. Because I feel like that energy of accomplishment is so powerful, and when we use that to inspire us to keep going, we get there so much more easily. I see so many more hearts going across the screen, but there's the pictures are so small, I'm not sure who that was, but I love and thank you for sending me those. They are such wonderful positive feedback. It makes me feel so good. I so appreciate each and every one of you who tunes in, even for just a minute, to the Danielle Daily Show. I love hearing how the show impacts you and how it makes you feel good. I love seeing when you've shared it with other people because you feel like it will inspire them and then it will help them accomplish their own goals and to feel better about whatever it is they're going through in their life. I see more thumbs ups and hearts coming in. This is awesome. So I will read you the note to self one more time. I am still not sure I am loving the setup of this new screen, so I may play with it some more, but let me know, if this is working for you, how you guys feel about it. Liba's here. Thank you so much. It looks like Facebook is complimenting me on being a conversation starter because we have 10 comments so far today. So I think that's awesome. Facebook is noticing my accomplishment. I'm feeling great about that. Wow. I mean, could that be any more perfect for this sort of energy that we're in today? I love that. Okay, so here's the note to self one more time. Dear self, your challenges provide inspiration for others. So really think about that. Remember, it's not you getting it done. It's not you doing it perfectly that inspires others. It's seeing you go through the journey and, facing the lions and bears and tigers and all the things along the way that get other people thinking, man, if my friend Danielle could do this, what could I possibly do? What is it that I could do? Or whoever it is in your life that you're wanting to inspire, share with them directly. Even if you don't want to share with me or share with your community, if there's somebody that is working on something, share with them a story of a time when you were challenged and you overcame, because you just never know if that is what that person needs to hear to find the inspiration to keep going. Eric Huff says, milestone, yes. Liba says, Facebook is just learning what we already know. You are terrific. Oh, thank you, Liba. Thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. That makes me feel so good. I have little tinglies all over. Thank you. All the love that I get here is just amazing. I appreciate you guys so much. Tammy says, sometimes you inspire people and you don't even realize it. That is such, I could talk all day about that, and maybe that will be the topic of tomorrow's show, about how sometimes we are doing things that are inspiring other people and they don't say a word, and then later on they come back and say, did you know that this changed my life? And that is just the most amazing feeling in the world, to know that you really helped inspire somebody, especially if they were going through a hard time. All right, I hope you wrote the note to self down. Like I said, I will put the link in the comments so that you can be a part of what we're working on for about the next week, getting in touch with that feeling of having accomplished something, and then riding that wave and using it to drive us towards continuing towards our goals. Okay, I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for sticking with me as I figure out this whole new full screen thing. Hopefully I will figure it out to my satisfaction soon. It's probably fine, but you know me, I like things to be a certain way, and when they're not that way, I have to fiddle with them. More hearts coming in. Thank you so much. All right, I will see you guys again here tomorrow. Remember, the Danielle Daily Show is weekdays, 3 p.m. Eastern. Every single weekday you can find me here. You can find the replays on my page, or you can find them on the YouTube channel. I highly recommend you subscribe at the YouTube channel because it just makes it so much easier to find all the past episodes in one place. So I'll go ahead and put the link to that in the comments at the end of the broadcast. All right, I love you guys. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Mwah. Bye.